stage. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So the Packers make their way out for the first time, and it's Jordan Love that has the keys to the car here in his 5th season as a pro and 2nd as a starter. Here's Love looking to pass on the first play.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Let's go.
Love looking to throw it. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On 4th down, the Packers called on Daniel Whelan to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Off play action. Here's Goff. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Wilson, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. Now Love. As we check out the league leaders in passing yards, you can see he's right up there among the best in the NFL at this point in the season. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Here's Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On play action. Love to throw. Completes it again to Doubs. And bulldozing his way through. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Romeo Doubs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Gone. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 and he got 4 on 3rd down. The Lions had 1-6 now. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Pushing his way through. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the 1st. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing, Love. Over the middle, it's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. Love. Being chased down. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. The 20. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Love now. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Daniel Whelan now. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Just the one touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Goff. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging, because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach, because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
2nd and 7.
Let's go.
To throw now. Here's Love. Flushed out right. And running with power here. And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And it's a Packers touchdown. Jaden Reed from 10 yards out. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
These Packers and these Packer fans really thrive in the cold temperatures here at Lambeau. And their guys have the lead here with a 1st and 10.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving.
19 tight.
Back to throw. Love. He's got some room to operate. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
65 cat.
Love from the gun. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown. Jordan Love taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. A shotgun snap for Goff. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Packers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Goff. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Jacobs from the gun. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Love from the gun on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Looking to throw. Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Love. And it's caught. Touchdown.
Romeo Doubs
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
Right at the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. This drive struck.
Matt LaFleur loudly voicing his objections to that previous call. He's going to
Play
throw out the
under
red
review.
challenge flag.
After review of the play, the ruling on the
So
field
the challenge
stands.
there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Goff now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Goff now looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. To the air again. Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go. Such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee.
Second and 11 now.
Hey, check that.
Counter play with Jacobs.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game.
On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 11.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime.